Spazzy and Planty.
Hello, your dub! Spazzy coming right at you with another champion preview. Today we're taking a look at Lucian. Oh joy, another AD. I am happy. This guy has a rather mixed set of abilities and I'm actually quite intrigued. So shall we get into it? What do you say, Lucian?
Death is a mercy. I have enough mercy to go around.
Let's take that as a yes. Let's start with the passive. It's called Light Slinger. After every spell, Lucian's next basic attack within 6 seconds will deal a double shot. This means one extra auto attack that can potentially add on hit effects and stuff. However, the extra auto attack deals a little bit less damage than your normal one, but not towards minions and monsters. So good for last hitting, good for putting that little bit of extra harass onto the players in lane. And it also means that overall, if you want to put out the maximum deeps, you want to use one auto attack in between every spell cast. Moving on to the cure. It's called Piercing Light, and it's a targetable ability that is not locked onto target. This is actually quite interesting. It means that you'll have to use it by clicking on an enemy champion or minion, but if that target is moving correctly in the right direction, they can potentially dodge the skill shot. It fires a bolt of Piercing Light in a line that deals physical damage and is on a pretty nice scaling to your AD. But because it fires in a line, you can actually lock onto a minion and hopefully hit the champion behind it. It's also decent for clearing waves, and it's probably going to be your main source of damage and harass early on in the game. The W is called Ardent Blaze. 420 blazing, you know what I mean. Fires a shot that explodes upon enemy contact or reaching the end of its path. The explosion radius is pretty big, it deals magic damage, but it actually scales off of your AD as well, and it adds a mark onto the target for 6 seconds. If Lucius deals damage to marked targets, he gains movement speed for 2 seconds. And this is important, the mark is not consumed when you deal damage, which means that if you consistently attack a target that is marked with your W, you will consistently be moving faster, which obviously in combination with his E, which we'll get to in a second, is going to give him great potential of chasing down targets. Speaking of the devil, the E is called Relentless Pursuit. A very straightforward ability. Lucius dashes a short distance, removing all slow effects. So it's very similar to Graves' E, in that sense that you can use it for quick repositionings or pursuing targets or getting out of pinches. You do not, however, get an attack speed buff as with Graves, but you do get your passive, so you can auto-attack twice. If you kill an enemy champion with the ultimate, the cooldown of this ability will be refreshed, allowing for even further pursuits, hence the name. And finally, the ultimate. It's called the Culling. This is an ability that you activate and it channels for quite some time, but you can still move freely during the channel. And what it does, it starts firing rapidly towards the location you aim it, and each of the bullets deals physical damage. The interesting part about this ability is not only that it refreshes your E, which you can also use during the channel, but the number of shots fired scales with your attack speed. This ultimate also does 300% damage to minions, which means that you can easily fire your way through a minion wave coming through. Let's get into some final thoughts about this champion. When Quinn and Valor came out, I was honestly a little bit disappointed because the Vault is not a good ability for an AD carry. It brings you into melee range and it's sort of stupid. With this guy, however, I am really looking forward to the release. I'm looking forward to trying him out with different setups in bot lane, different team setups overall. I like the fact that he's a chaser. He can chase down targets really well with his W and his R and his E. And the Q is going to be an interesting thing to master in lane in order to push efficiently, in order to poke and get lane dominance. And overall, I'm super excited, honestly, guys. So I hope that you are as well, and I hope that you liked this little champion preview. If you did, you know what to do, dudes. Go down there, click the like button. I really appreciate it. You can also add it to your favorites, share it on Facebook and Twitter. And if this is the first video of me you're watching, make sure you go to my channel, check out the other videos. There's tons of them there about League of Legends that you want to look into and stuff. And why not subscribe? I release 3 videos a week. You won't be disappointed. Alright guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. This has been Spazzy. And I am out. Dude!